Welcome to the New Zealand Rugby Union's 118th Annual General Meeting and my presentation of the 2009 Annual Report. As always, I'd like to pay tribute to all those who supported, helped and participated in rugby in 2009. To my fellow board members, New Zealand Rugby Union staff, provincial union and other member delegates and your teams, and to the thousands of people who make rugby possible in hundreds of communities around New Zealand, I sincerely thank you for your efforts. To all of our partners and sponsors, notably our principal sponsor Adidas and broadcasting partner Sky, thanks for your unwavering support. I'd also like to say thank you to our many thousands of rugby fans. We do not take the important place that rugby in New Zealand holds or the support of you, our fans, for granted. As we experienced in 2009, rugby's been through some pretty testing times, and still there are a number of challenges still ahead of us. But we also have some incredibly exciting opportunities also ahead of us, such as the Maori centenary this year. And we, along, I hope, with all those involved in the game, are determined to make the most of those opportunities for the future of our game and for the benefit of all those who will be involved in rugby in the future. We take that responsibility seriously and look forward to your support in capturing the opportunities in the year ahead. We cannot do it alone. We need to do it together. The game of rugby faced tremendous challenges last year. Some of those challenges developed within the game and the rugby community, while others were external, notably the effects of a global economic downturn. This had a significant impact on the financial results of the New Zealand Rugby Union, and therefore we are today reporting a substantial and record loss for the organisation of $15.9 million. The loss includes a New Zealand Rugby Union operating loss of $9.5 million and Rugby World Cup 2011 related losses of $6.4 million. It does need to be seen and evaluated in the context of, firstly, a global financial crisis and recession. Secondly, there are some accounting requirements with regard to the Rugby World Cup loss that mean we must book unrealised foreign exchange losses on our reserves held in sterling now. However, the underlying transactions are fully hedged and will be offset by gains in 2011 based on current rates. Thirdly, we have reserves which have been carefully built up over a number of years and built just for the circumstances we now face. But, as you would expect, the reserves are to be used pursuant to a well-constructed framework and policy. And fourthly, the loss needs to be contemplated having regard to our longer-term projections, which are encouraging, if not spectacular. On a more positive note, the New Zealand Rugby Union worked strenuously during 2009 on a large number of major projects which collectively had the potential to establish certainty and sustainability for the game over the next 3 to 5 years. These activities are noted in the annual report, but it is worth recording here that these major tasks, which involve lengthy, complex and demanding negotiations, have put the game on a strong and stable footing for the future. They include the New Zealand Rugby Union, as part of the NZRU joint venture, agreeing to extend the Super Rugby competition format from 2011 and to extend a conditional invitation to Argentina to join the Investec Tri-Nations from 2012 to create a new Four Nations Championship. Satisfying the differing objectives of the NZRU partners proved extremely difficult and required significant effort by the New Zealand Rugby Union to ensure an acceptable agreement could be reached with the joint venture. However, completing that project meant that we were able to present new and compelling competitions in the negotiations with our broadcasting partners. Heads of agreements were reached in late 2009, and completed agreements across NZRU, I am pleased to announce, have been signed by all parties. The new broadcasting arrangements deliver increased revenues from 2011 onwards for all three NZRU countries, which generate vital funds for reinvestment in rugby at all levels of the game. Important decisions were also made with respect to the future of our domestic provincial competitions. A 14-team competition has been retained for 2010 with reduced costs and with an amended structure for 2011 onwards, with the Heartland Championship to remain in its current format. I think it's important to acknowledge that this was a difficult process for everyone, and it was with relief that we were able to provide certainty around the future of these competitions in December of last year. Agreement on settlement terms was reached between the New Zealand Rugby Union and the New Zealand Rugby Players Association for a new collective employment agreement, which gives players and unions certainty around the costs and structures of professional rugby for the next 3 years. Rugby has achieved a new structure that we believe is sustainable and recognises fairly the contribution of our professional players. While there was some pain in all of these processes, we believe the certainty created by these decisions will provide strength for the game as it looks to capitalise on the opportunities on the immediate horizon.